Welcome to Deep Dive Film School. I am Adam Sherlock.
And I'm Adam Palcher.
And if you like what you see/hear, please like and subscribe. You can find us in all the spaces and places that people
find good media. That's right. You can check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can also follow me on Letterboxd at Adam Palcher. All the links are in the description below. Appreciate that. All right, let's get into that one scene from 2009's Up. Pete Docter movie.
Yes.
I think his first one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
One of his first ones. And we're doing, the scene that makes a grown man cry, right? The
beginning scene in the movie.
The opening scene.
I remember in 2010 having a kind of fragile moment, a lot of drama in me and my wife's life. And we were sitting down to watch something. And she was like, I can't handle anything heavy. And I was like, let's watch a Pixar movie. And she was like, okay. And I was like, I swear to God, I said, it's a Pixar movie. What's the worst that can happen? And it was Up. And then the movie opens with this adorable little boy. Mm-hmm. And then he meets an adorable little girl. Mm-hmm. And then we get to this scene, which is the montage scene. And within
they both have a spirit of adventure.
They both have a spirit of adventure. They both love the same guy who's sort of a blimp adventurer.
Mm-hmm. Carl and Ellie.
The second that music starts and that montage starts, I remember, I don't know what Abby's face was doing, but I remember I went, oh no. I was like, this is not going to be good. I know there's an old man in it. So
I don't remember
an old lady in the poster.
In the trailer.
Oh, God.
Yes, and the song you're talking about, which is a huge part of this scene, of course, is the Michael Giacchino song, Married Life,
yes,
which is played throughout. He's done a ton of amazing score stuff with TV and movies.
But can we agree that this is like one of his best pieces of music?
For sure, yeah. No, it's highly effective. You know, this has a similar type of intro to the beginning of WALL-E, where it's a lot of not talking. That's a really good point. This whole sequence here, there's no words. It's just the song, but it goes up and down. It makes you feel everything, and then you see this kind of. I don't know. They just say so much without saying very much,
Without saying anything.
And with the animation, you can go even further and have a place like Paradise Falls that is something that they both love together, and have this My Adventure book throughout their lives, waiting to go to Paradise Falls and go on those adventures. But we get this love or relationship, and it's something universal about it, right? And the scene just kind of lets us fill in the gaps of their lives because he somehow makes a living as a balloon salesman throughout their life, which is probably why they never had money to go on these adventures. Job, sorry to poke a hole in that one, but it's
he's a balloon.
I took the
air right out of it. Oh God.
But their relationship is so sweet and adorable, especially from the beginning. The scene resonates. It resonates so much, and there's these great themes of love and loss and unfulfilled dreams, and
that's
great exposition for the rest of the movie as well.
I think that's one of the reasons why it is so universal, is that in Hollywood, in most storytelling, to have an unfulfilled dream, right? To have, I wish I would have, usually is a signal of failure, right? It's a Bruce Springsteen song, like it's The River, right? It's like, sure. And I don't love her like I thought I might, right? But that's actually
you don't have time to think that.
Yeah, well, and that's actually not reality. Reality is what is happening here, which is, they didn't go on grand adventures, and he loves her more than anything on planet Earth, right? Like they didn't. Okay, they couldn't have kids. They couldn't save up the money for the grand adventure, and their life together was rich and it was beautiful, and now he's by himself. That happens, right? Sure. And so it resonates in such a deeper way, where it's like disappointment without it being like, oh, my life's a loss or I've made mistakes. You don't get the impression that he feels he's made any mistakes. It's just that the most important thing in his life was her, and now she's gone, right?
Yeah.
And that
there's a void there. But
there's a
that's
void there.
That's why I like us being able to kind of fill in the gaps, because we do see the character traits of these people and understand why they are the way they are, especially at this point. It gives them a re-spark in the middle of the downs. They do have a miscarriage, and they were really excited and building a nursery and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And this is pretty sad down, but then they see that adventure book again, and it kind of resparks something, right? And so they keep moving. They go on their picnics and everything, and start doing an emergency fund for Paradise Falls, and then tire pops, or someone gets a root canal or whatever. They have to keep banging open that gas.
Should have got a new job instead of working at the balloon store.
It's true.
Do you see those assholes on Deep Dive? They just tore apart that intro to Up with their logic.
Inconsistencies. I mean, there's a reason there's so much change in that thing. Not folding bills.
Not folding money. Oh, God. Well,
but, at a certain point, she starts to become ill as well, and he can see her deteriorating and whatnot. And, obviously the real adventure is living out your days with someone that you love and cherish.
100%. I think, you talked about this opening montage telegraphing so much to us about the way they are. And obviously a big piece of that needs to go to the character design.
Yeah.
Right? So the artistry here, where even from the time that they're little kids, one of them is represented through hard angles and squares. And the other character is represented through soft and rounded edges. Oh, really? I mean, down to their chairs, right?
With Ellie and Carl. Yeah, he's Carl has a boxy
he has
mouth,
a blocky
and
box chair and box glasses and box head, and his suits are boxy and have hard edges. And Ellie her chair is rounded and oval. She also is. Her glasses are. Her hair.
So is Walter later. He's more circular as well.
So I think there's something to that, and their thinking is very much that way too. Where even, you can think about that when they're laying back on their picnic, he sees clouds, and she sees an elephant and a rabbit and a baby and all these different things, right? In this thing that he kind of can't see, and I think the boxiness versus the soft roundness is a really nice juxtaposition. And I will say that I've always, that's what struck me the very first time I watched this, and I've thought about that every time.
Sure.
And this time I realized something else that I thought was a very sweet aspect of even telegraphing more of that information, which is that in the scene right before the montage when they're little kids, Carl still has the boxy glasses even as a little boy, right? But he also has his adventurer cap, and when he's imagining and he's picturing being on the adventure, he pulls the goggles down and they're round over his square glasses.
That's great.
So it's like his opportunity to be imaginative and to think of something different, right? And the fact that he sells balloons, which also aren't square, is like the one aspect of his life. And the balloon, we know, is a symbolic thing that he loses in the beginning in the abandoned house, that she gives back to
the
him,
whole movie,
and then it becomes the symbol through the rest of it. And so the balloon is her.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I think that that's like so pointed in a way that I'm like, it washes over you, and you kind of don't notice a lot of those things, even though your mind might have picked up on something. And I think there's something really beautiful about that.
Absolutely. And Walter's the kid they never had.
Yep.
And she's there raising them together, kind of, in a way.
Yeah.
Wow, I'd never heard that theory. That's really wild. And just that shows you the subconscious level that this is going through,
Well, I mean, that's what these guys do, right?
Yeah,
you think
true.
about, and this movie is during like the golden age of Pixar, right?
For sure, yeah.
And so you picture these artists. I mean, I remember reading, there's like a book that's like the Bible of writing according to the people at Pixar.
Yes.
And I remember around this time, I think it was right around the time I started teaching, I remember reading it and being like, there were so many lessons in it that I was like, my God, the nuance of storytelling that these guys are realizing, because they know that they're making these stories that are like are going to appeal to to people of every possible age.
Exactly. Yes.
And so it's like, yeah, being able to be like, well, let's really think about what this scene means.
This scene
right?
in particular, though, it's kind of like a short film inside of the movie.
100%.
And yes, it does explain a lot of exposition and why he is the crotchety old man he is now, but that you have to have that in the movie. But inside of this scene, you have 3 acts of their life, right? And so
the passage of time through ties that she ties on
so
here,
good,
right? And you go, oh, that's the 50s, that's the 60s, that's the 70s. You know what I mean? And you're like, all you've seen is the same sort of animation style over and over.
And that's
all you're doing is changing the design of the ties. I'm like, God, that's brilliant.
It's true, and it's the ultimate golden rule of filmmaking: show, don't tell.
Yep.
You can say all of that without saying 70s with a graphic.
Yeah, or like like a calendar that the pages are falling off of it. It's like you can instead just be like, yeah.
Or you could do a slow fade where, that's a passage of time to the audience as well. So like, I agree that the ties is wonderful, and it's just an incredible encapsulation, and no one was expecting it. I was sitting next to grown men in the theater crying, right? It was just like, first time watching it, you're like, I mean, your experience with your wife is hilarious and so spot on.
And I read somebody,
how bad could it be?
How bad could it be? And I literally read somebody online, and they said the most amazing thing. They were like, even the toys don't die in Toy Story. Like, there is a rule that we have about reality not encroaching in on. I mean, other than, I don't know, all dogs go to heaven. Maybe the Fox and the Hound, like Bambi.
That's not Pixar, that's Disney.
But I'm just saying, like, the animated, like, children's classics, like, kind of an idea. It's like, it just doesn't really happen. And so for it to happen and be like, well, that's because these are humans, and this is a human life, right? It's very different. And
that's where Pixar stepped it up, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
It does just say so much about kind of the beautiful classic Norman Rockwell version of America, just without the kids,
Well, I mean, and that's what's so jarring in the scene right after this, which is that beautiful, idyllic little house that they bought that was the house they fixed up, that was the house they met in, is now, again, much like Wall-E, is now surrounded by all of these buildings, in this development that's torn down their Norman Rockwell world.
That's right. They're trying to sell it, they're trying to buy it. And then, obviously the balloons fly this house through most of the movie, and they go on a real adventure.
I gotta watch the rest of it.
Yeah, it definitely makes you want to keep watching.
What if I had never watched the rest of it? Gotta watch the rest of it one of these
days.
Good. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, she died, right? It's over.
There's more? What do you mean it seems like a short? Anyway.
Squirrel. Wonderful movie, obviously. And this scene, highly effective for a lot of people. I bet we'll get a lot of watches on this one just because of the nature of the scene, just how impactful it can be. And, that's half the fun of doing this segment is really just breaking down what it means inside of the movie and then what it means by itself.
Well, and the fact that anytime that I'm at a party or anything and I tell people that we do this kind of scene analysis, somebody goes, oh, have you done? And it's because everybody has one, right? Everybody remembers those parts where they're like, that's a thing. Like, that's going to stay with me forever.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us this week for that one scene about 2009's Up. We're going to continue our Peter Greenaway Fest next week with Belly of an Architect from 1987.
I think it's 87.
Like that. So join us for that. We'll also have an upcoming scene review of the master interrogation scene. So that'll be coming as well. So join us, like and subscribe on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can follow me on Letterboxd at Adam Pulcher. Love to see you there. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, you guys.
Thank you.